My name is Tim Herron, and welcome to Entrepreneur Bootcamp. This is Webisode number 9 in the series. Only got one more left. My YouTube channel is Tim Herron-Youngevity, YOUNGEVITY. Join, like, share, comment, all that great stuff. I have a blog called Wallachsword, WALLACHSWORD.com. I go and talk about health and nutrition and supplementing and home-based business opportunities there. So if you're interested in that stuff, that's where that is. My email is timharron69@gmail.com. TIMHARRON69@gmail.com. So in this series, we're coming down to the end, and so we're going to get into the hard facts of the money, right? So it's important to understand your costs, your expenses, and your percentages, okay? The cost of doing business, what is that, okay? What is your cost of doing business? Okay, what is the cost of you getting your vision to this, to where it's ready for market, ready for investors, that kind of stuff? Because when you're talking about investors coming in, they want to know what your costs are, okay? They want to know what the hard costs are of doing your business, okay? And so many people get kind of caught up in this passion that we've been in for so long that they get stuck on, well, my time, okay? So they try to put a denomination, a financial denomination on their time. An investor doesn't really care about that, okay? They have time too. Because when they're weighing in, they're coming in, they're saying, well, I'm bringing my expertise, I'm bringing manufacturing, I'm bringing advertising, I'm bringing all this stuff, I'm bringing my time that they've done to do that, okay? They're not really valuing that. They're valuing their experience, they're valuing those things, but if they put their time on it and what they've done, the numbers would be astronomical. So please don't do that. That's one of the most common flaws that people have, is that they say, well, my time is really valuable. Well, you have something that's here. Like I have this in my hand, but it doesn't really have a value yet. It's like it's not that your time is not valuable to them yet. Okay, yet. So don't place that big dollar amount or any kind of dollar amount on your time. Okay, we're talking about the difference between what it costs you to create your vision and the hard costs of creating your vision. Okay. When you're going through your costs, okay, time, money, advertising, marketing, manufacturing, travel, communication, gas expenses, all these are the things that you're putting in, okay? Those are your expenses, correct? Those are yours. But there's the hard costs of getting this done, okay? How much is manufacturing? How much is the advertising? How much are these things, right? It's like the hard cost to get this thing done. Okay, and even the advertising might not be anything. But what is the physical cost of do this to make this product or this service or this thing that you're talking about, okay? So what is that there? What is your cost? As soon as the percentages, any investor is going to want to know how much, right? How much is it? Then they're going to compute in their head because they're going to ask you questions. Okay, well, why is that $10? They're figuring with manufacturing everything it should be $6. So that's where they can bring value, right? Automatically, they can bring that thing that was $10 down to $6 because of the manufacturing contacts they have and the things that they've done already. So now they're bringing value. You have to show value, be of like mind, and when you're going out and you're trying to bring other people in, that's when you want them to bring their value. You don't want to be adding things, especially or selling part of your company or selling part of your vision, if they're not bringing the value to the table, okay? So you have to be able to show and bring value in order to receive other people's value, okay? In order to be valuable to other people where they want to invest in that, right? And that's why I said you have to show value in you first as your brand, right? Because a lot of investors, they won't invest in something if the person is not there, if they're not vibing with that person, if they're not understanding the vision, if they're not believing that this person's going to dedicate everything to this passion and vision that they have, okay? So the reason why I'm bringing up the money, okay, it's very important for any business you really want to use other people's money, okay? Other people's money is the best way, okay? Because it's the best way to branch out. It lowers your risk, right? And you have to measure the risk to reward because they're doing the same thing, right? I'm investing $1 million into this. Okay, that's substantial risk. Now, what's my reward? Okay, so they're going to try and limit their risk by getting more of a percentage or more of a stake or more seats on the board of directors or more of something in order to offset their risk to reward, and you have to do the same thing. So the more value that you can show people, the more value that you can create in your passion and your vision and your entrepreneurship, the better off you're going to be when you're going to involve other people in it, right? And the less you're going to have to give away at the end of the day. So that work and all that you're doing to bring it up, to bring your company, your vision, your passion, your entrepreneurship to the next level is building that value. So you don't have to give less of it away later on. So it's very important. So know your costs of doing business. You know, you can even list your time down because it is a cost to you. It's just not a cost to the investor, right? So list your cost, your time. You know, I'm spending 5 hours a day because if I wasn't doing 5 hours here, what else would I be doing? So that's where your whole time comes in, right? Everything we've done. Now I'm about to go through the steps that we've done. We've said, are you an entrepreneur? What is an entrepreneur? Okay? So first you got to find out what mindset you're in. Always going through to the mindset. And then the day in the life of an entrepreneur, which comes down to this here, right? Is your time structured for success? Because otherwise you're wasting time, you're wasting value, you're wasting this, right? And then you're going to go and say, well, I spent 10 hours a day in here, but you really didn't do anything because you weren't on a routine. You weren't in that lane, okay? Then your strengths and your weaknesses. You have to know where you're strong and know when you're weak. So you can bring other people in that can match those, your strengths and weaknesses, kind of offset some of those to make your vision that much more powerful, okay? Mind conditioning, mind control, all this is so important. We're going to go over that time and time again. You're going to go back to that. Your mind has to be strong, positive for success. Who are you keeping your company with, right? Are the people that you're around, are they adding to you? Or are they subtracting? Are they saying, well, you can't do that? And they bring all that negativity in. So who is in your company and who are you cutting out? Very important. Okay. Then we're going to go into, then we went into building your brand, which I just spoke about, is you. Because when you're going in front of people, right, you're the initial thing that they see most of the time, or you hear about. Well, tell me about this person. Oh, I heard about them, right? So your name and your reputation and your character will precede you in many events. Because a lot of people go, well, I heard about that guy. Oh, I'm good. You know, they're going to turn your back on you because they heard of this, or they heard of that, right? So you build that, right? Very important, building your brand. Not just a brand of your object, but your brand of yourself. Okay, that's very important. And then adaptations and expectations we went into. You have to be able to adapt, lower your expectations of yourself and of people, and kind of build that up. It builds confidence. It builds many successes, and you're on your way. So adaptation expectations, bringing us to the final thing where people, not the final thing, but our second to last webisode here is the cost, the expenses, and the percentages. So investors are going to want to know your costs, hard costs of doing business, not your individual costs. So the hard costs of doing business, how much does it take from here to here, and how can I lower that? That's what they're looking at. So when they're coming in with evidence, they say, wow, this person can lower my advertising, my manufacturing, my transportation costs. Okay, an additive we have in New York too is, to have 30% of something, right? Say you have 30% of 100 million, or you have 100% of 10,000. Do the math, right? Percentages. Know your percentages. How much is a person bringing in value? Okay, it just jumped from here to here, from 10,000 to 10 million. Okay, I'm giving up 50%, but look where I was. I had 100% of 10,000. Now 50% of 10 million. I wasn't too good at school in math, but I can do that math. So that's it. Other people's money is the best, but you have to be able to put yourself and your vision and your passion and your entrepreneurship in a position where others will see it too. Have it make sense. Be aware. Be self-aware. Be aware of everybody else, and you're way ahead of the game. Take your mind ahead and prepare there. Prepare your mind to be there, right? Preparing for the worst, expecting the worst and preparing for the best. Yeah, I even messed myself up. So expecting the worst, preparing for the best, all that in there. So, so you're not surprised when something goes bad, but you see it, you realize it, you see it coming ahead of time, and you can plan ahead, and you can change gears, and you can get ahead of it so that it doesn't snowball out and you lose your vision. You lose confidence in your vision and your passion in yourself. So, be able to lower your risk, but also lower other people's risk. Say, so they're looking at you and say, well, that's not so risky, right? That's not so risky. One thing came up as we were talking, when I had people send in, one of the people who just happened to be in my longevity success line was talking about her business. We were kind of going back and forth about investing and this and that, and she's overseas. So there's a little bit of added cost, but you know what? How can I lower this cost? Instead of getting things sent directly, we can send somewhere else, save on shipping, save on taxes, save on all these different ways. Okay, now my business is more feasible. Now I can present it to other people saying, okay, we can do it this way, or you can do it this way where you're saving so much more money. Okay, so that's really important there. Know your cost, your taxes, your shipping, your gas, your communications. If you're advertising or marketing, do you have a website? Do you have, any kind of a blog site? Any of that in there? Whatever that cost is, but think about all those things. Even look at your invoices. Look at all those things coming back to you. Okay, I got this. Okay, PayPal, they take a certain amount. Put that in there, right? All these little things are costs of doing business, because that's a cost of doing business. So all these costs that you're going to add up, and you have to add them up, because if you're giving somebody else a price and it's the wrong price, and they're saying, okay, good, I'm confirmed it's cost $200 on this to come in every month, great. But what if it costs $230? Now, where's your profits? Where's your profit margins? Where's your percentages? You can't go back to them and say, "Whoa, God, I forgot. There's an extra $30 on there." They're not really, they're going to look at you like you don't know what you're doing for business. So be aware of it before you speak. Take time and think. Think about all your percentages, all your costs. So when you're presenting to people, here it is. This is the bottom line. This is what it's going to cost. Let's go do some business, right? Confidence. So that's it right there. Cost, expenses, percentages. We have one more coming up. That'll be Webisode. It'll be the first Periscope on Thursday, and then the following Webisode a week from today. And we're going to call it a wrap. And there it is. You guys can continue sending me stuff, emails, questions, or whatever it is about any particular business or entrepreneurship that you have going on. We don't have to be in the same business, but at the end of the day, it's business. Business is business. Business is business. So send me your emails, comments, questions, concerns. You have my YouTube channel, my email, timheron69@gmail.com. If you want to get involved with some business with me and you have something that, hey, I'm willing to listen to any type of business as long as it makes sense and the time is worth the money, is worth the risk. Okay? Worth the reward. So until next time, be prosperous, everyone. Have a great day.